most people don't know, but you actually have 3 different ways to make money with GoHighLevel. Now, you're going to sign up to GoHighLevel anyway. Why not do it with my own link? You get extra 30-day free trial along with my private community access, free snapshots, and a full system for selling AI to local businesses. You will sign up to GoHighLevel either way. Why not sign up through someone that can actually teach you? And the best part, it costs you nothing extra. The link is down below. Obviously, these 3 ways can go and branch into, other ways, other services, other ways or strategies, or how you can sell something. But essentially, these are the 3 core principles and ways how you can make money with GoHighLevel, even if you're a total beginner, okay? So most people will choose only one way from these 3 ways, and that's a good start. However, smart people will combine all these 3 ways to sell to their clients, okay? So let's get started. So obviously the platform in itself, GoHighLevel, pays you multiple ways. If we take a look that, you have $297 a month plan, which is an average client value when you're on white label plan, businesses are already using GoHighLevel worldwide. You have millions of businesses that are using it. You don't need any coding skills to get started, so you don't need any money. And especially if you sign up with our 30-day free trial link, you have 30 days for free. And 24/7 is basically automations can run 24/7 while you're sleeping. And all in all, GoHighLevel is simply all-in-one marketing platform built for agencies and local businesses. So you can white label your software as a brand, sell down for your services and stuff like that, which we will go into this video. So this video is not going to be so much practicality. It's going to be more in theory. If you want to see more practical use cases, go and watch some of our other videos on the channel. So here are 3 models and 3 ways how you can make money with GoHighLevel. First, you have white label, then you have service, and then you have hybrid. Okay, so white label in this case is selling software as your own. So you rebrand GoHighLevel, you put your own logo, put your own name, your domain, and you sell it as a SaaS subscription to, let's say, local businesses, okay? So this is slower to start. The income is high recurring income, especially if you're selling this for a higher margins. Skill is low. It's mostly setup because you're pretty much selling already predefined software, which is GoHighLevel. And the only thing that is changing is how you position it, right? How you position it to other people, to other local businesses, for example, if you're selling to local businesses. And that's pretty much it, right? Because GoHighLevel is behind it. So again, if you want to see how to white label it and stuff like that, we do have videos on the channel. You can go and watch those videos. Naturally, you will see how you can white label and how you can use that to your advantage, okay? Number 2 is using a service. This is what I'm doing. This is what most people are doing. And by the way, I'm not doing all of these 3. However, you could do all of these 3, as I said at the beginning. But usually you will pick one, especially at the beginning, especially in the middle of your agency journey as well. You would be able to scale with one. So second is service, right? So for example, in this case, you can sell smart AI website setup. You can build AI-powered websites with chatbots, booking, automations, and you can get paid per project. So this is also monthly recurring revenue because you can sell these websites for $297 a month, and you have a monthly recurring revenue because obviously these websites need maintenance. So local businesses will rather pay that than someone for $10,000 website that doesn't do anything. So in this case, you have speed, which is fast cash. So if you need fast cash, this is probably the best option to go for. It's project based, and skill, you don't really need a lot of skill. It's a medium skill, and basically you just deliver the work. And then we have a hybrid model. So hybrid model is service plus SaaS combined. So think of this like you set up a full system, right? And you obviously set it up for your client. Let's say your client is a realtor or real estate agent, and you set up the system for the client, but you onboard them, and then everything that they're doing themselves, okay? So in this case, this is best long-term. Income is upfront plus recurring, and skill is medium, and because you need to still deliver the work on the front end, but then in the back end, they are doing all the work. So think of this like this. I set up the software for you, but you have to use it, okay? This is exactly the same in this particular example. So these are three different models. Now, let's kind of dive deep into each of these models and let's break them down. So obviously, model number one is a white label model. So this is where you become a software company without writing code. So you create your brand, you name it anything, you can name it like a smart flow, CRM, you pick your logo, you add a custom domain, you essentially white label GoHighLevel, right? You connect your domain inside of your GoHighLevel. You white label it and you can charge it again, $497 a month. You can charge it $97 a month. In this case, you're paying $497 a month. And, for the SaaS plan, because you need a SaaS plan for this. And then, in this case, it says GoHighLevel costs $97 per month for the SaaS plan, but it doesn't cost, it costs around $497 a month. And then after 5 clients, everything that is left, it's pretty much profit, because if we say that, SaaS plan is $500 a month and, you want to charge $100 a month for this, you need 5 clients to break even, essentially. So you keep the margin in this case. So yeah, this is what you can do, or you can charge even higher depending on what you want to do. So this is really important, because if you want to charge higher, you want to make sure that your SaaS or software is actually helping people in a really good way, okay? In a more specific way. So again, you can onboard and scale using GoHighLevel built-in onboarding flows. So each new client is pure recurring profit on autopilot. So here, as you can see, is a profit math. Let me just move the camera here. Obviously, client pays you $297 a month. You pay GoHighLevel $97 a month, and you have this amount of profit. Again, in this case, it will be dependent on how much client pays you. But again, this is kind of rough estimate. And then for 10 clients, you have $2,000 monthly recurring. For 50 clients, you have $10,000 monthly recurring. And keep in mind, low ticket stuff is easier to sell than high ticket stuff. Okay, so low ticket stuff will naturally be easier to sell. So essentially, especially if they're just using it on their own, you don't have to do anything. It's way easier to sell than selling, for example, a service, right? So that's obviously, very logical, common sense, but still I have to kind of go there and kind of show you that realization. So in this case, we have service. Okay, so this is the second one. So obviously, the Smart AI website service is the service that I'm selling. This is definitely fast cash from local businesses. So in this case, your pitch can be your website looks good, but it's not bringing you any customers. So in this case, you deliver AI chatbot that qualifies leads. You deliver missed call text back. Every missed call gets an instant automated SMS reply, or in this case, you can also use AI voice agent. You integrate a booking calendar. So clients will self-book appointments, no phone tag needed. And you also automate the lead capture form. So you capture name, email, and phone from every single visitor. And all of these 4 things can be done inside GoHighLevel, so your delivery naturally becomes easier. So for this case, the setup fee can be anywhere from $1,000, and then you can have an optional monthly retainer for $297 a month. What I usually do is I don't charge a setup fee. I simply charge a monthly recurring revenue, just so or because I want to focus on a monthly recurring revenue, because my business is alive then, and I have a live cash flow that I can use every single month. In this case, you have an HVAC company. It hires you for a Smart AI website. They get more booked service calls, automated follow-ups, and chatbot handling, frequently asked questions. You collect $1,000 upfront and close the deal in under 1 week, okay? So in this case, again, as I said, I'm not charging a setup fee. You can charge a setup fee and a monthly retainer, which in this case, it says it's optional, but I wouldn't really say it's optional. I think it's really good to have a monthly retainer, because you will need it to make sure your business is still alive at the end of the day. So again, that's like a lifeblood of your business, right? Monthly recurring revenue. So, and then we have a hybrid model. So hybrid model is service plus recurring revenue. So as I said, I set up the SaaS and then I give that SaaS to you and you're using it, but I still need to set up that SaaS. So in this case, we build everything for you and we manage it monthly. That's kind of what you can frame it. So in this case, you can, build a Smart AI website and chatbot, a CRM access to track all the leads, automations running 24/7, monthly support plus optimizations, And again, you can charge this anywhere from, 1,000 to 1.5K plus the $297 a month. So this is actually what I'm doing. It's kind of like a hybrid thing. And then, obviously the scaling income is right here, as you can see. So if you have 20 clients, you could be making $6,000 a month. Again, having 20 clients, it's not really that easy. However, if you're using systems that work, you can get to 20 clients. So I just want to make sure I'm real here, right? I don't want to sugarcoat it and say, okay, 20 clients, it's very easy. It's not, but anyone can go and get it, okay? So in this case, monthly recurring revenue at 10 clients can look like this based on the service. So you have blue is the white label, orange is the service based, and then green is a hybrid. So you can kind of see at 10 clients, what's the best model. Obviously the hybrid is the best model, as you can see right here. But again, this is assuming 50% of your clients take the optional $297 a month retainer along with the, the first setup fee. So hybrid is definitely the highest ceiling model here. And hybrid is definitely what I would recommend, by the way. So in this case, if we compare the three models side by side, right, we have white label, which is for the startup effort, it's medium. We have service, it's low, and then hybrid medium. So obviously, if you're a total beginner, start with service. And by the way, if you sign up with our link below to go high level, you can get bonuses and a community where you can actually go and learn all of this, okay? Especially for like smart websites. Now, in this case, a recurring income for the service base is not that great. But as I said, if you put in the monthly recurring revenue, the subscription model, you will be good to go, okay? So in this case, I would say for beginners, service base is better. Then if you are a more complex, not a complex, but more advanced person, I would go for hybrid or white label. But again, you can kind of choose which one is best for you. As you can see here, you can kind of see the downsides and upsides for each. Obviously, with white label, it's very high scalability. Because you're not doing anything, you're just white labeling Go High Level. So if you want a high scalability, go for white label. If you want just like a service, it's limited, but you can still scale it with monthly recurring revenue, okay, with subscription-based models. And then hybrid is kind of best of both worlds, I would say. So, you can start making money with Go High Level in pretty much 7 days. Obviously, it's not as simple as it looks, but it definitely is in a way where it's practical. So you sign up for Go High Level. Again, you don't need to start a 14-day free trial. We have a 30-day free trial. So you have pretty much 30 days, not 7 days and not 14 days. And then you just pick your model, right? You decide whether you want white label, service, or hybrid. You can always add models later. And then you build your first offer. You create your snapshot, white label snapshot, or your smart AI website template. You find your first client, you reach out to 10 businesses via organic content, community posts, Instagram, Facebook DMs. We also have that in our community if you sign up with our link, so you don't have to worry about pretty much anything. And day 7, you close and onboard. So you present your offer, you collect the payment, and you onboard your first client. And then you just repeat the cycle. So it's literally as simple as that. In theory, right? Still, you need to go and you need to learn how to practically do this. So again, most people choose one. Smart people combine all three. And when I say combine all three, what I mean is essentially you have white label, you have service, and then you have hybrid. Hybrid is essentially a combination of all three, pretty much. So yeah, that's what I think. But again, if you're a total beginner, go for the service, do the work. Then once you do the work, you can white label it or you can go to the hybrid model. Again, you can start your Go High Level free trial with our link below. Join the community, and that's pretty much it. This is just a theory, just theory for now. But if you want to learn more, you can go through our videos and our community. But this is pretty much it for now. Comment down below which model you're currently using and if it's working for you. And if it's not working, you can also comment why. And I would love to see what you guys think of that. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video.